Thad Van Devener and Keith Myers back with you here courtside of the 2016 Underclassman All-American game. And Keith, we mentioned him early on, but let's talk about him. The East head coach is Roy Harrison, a Purdue grad like you talked about. He played underneath the legendary coach Gene Cady there for the Boilermakers. And on the other side, the West Side, Ray Tolbert, the head coach. He was part of the 1981 IU National Championship team alongside Isaiah Thomas. So we've got some guys with some playing experience on the sidelines tonight.
Ray Tolbert and I have a history a little bit together. He coached at Frankfort Christian School in my early days as an AD at Eastlawn. We used to play Ray on a carpet floor, and when I saw him, I said, "Remember the carpet floor?" He goes, "I hated that gym." But that's back in the day in the Christian schools where no one had gyms, or you had to play on carpet or tile or all those things, and how things have grown. And Ray, a great Christian man, and it was really neat to see Ray tonight, and looking forward to this All-Star game.
You talked about some of the kids in this game that have already verbally committed to a couple of different schools. John Tate Porter. On the west side, there's two different players. John Tate Porter, who's going to be headed to the University of Washington. He's out of Columbia, Missouri, and Father Tolton High School. And Joe Weiskamp from Muscatine, Iowa, is going to verbally commit already to the Hawkeyes there in Iowa City. And then Rashawn Black out of Concord, North Carolina, at Concord High School is going to be headed to be a Tar Heel for Roy Williams at UNC. But then you look at all these other players that are out here, and you look at all the different scouting sites, and you look at the ESPN Top 25, and you look at Scout.com, and all of these guys that are in this game in either the class of 2018 or 2019 are all projected to be top 50 recruits in the country.
Well, you look at that, and the top 50 in Indiana, and Indianapolis is hosting a huge event. This very well attended tonight, but after tonight, and after people see this on web TV, there'll be a lot of people who want to come back and get a ticket, because I tell you what, this is the best ticket you can get in the house, and we're right on floor level. I'm excited about it.
Here in Indianapolis, there's a little bit of local flavor in this game as well, with Demezi Anderson out of South Bend Riley. You've got Kevin Easley from Lawrence North, and then the kid that really swept the state of Indiana by storm just last week was Romeo Langford from New Albany. Langford is one of the top prospects in that 2018 class. And, you know, for the fans here in Indianapolis that are here from the state of Indiana, they got a couple of guys, in-state recruits that they can root for tonight. Well,
this Langford young man that you were mentioning scored 46 points in a semi-state against a very good Southport team, a Southport team that has some great talent. This young man is a treat and will be a treat to watch tonight. The other thing is, this is different for us. We're used to internet radio. We're from Indiana, from Indianapolis area, Indiana SRN. We're on loan from them. We want to thank our CEO to give us permission to do this, but more importantly, we want to thank the two guys to the left of the right to us of giving us the opportunity to, and that's Marcus and Lisa Bennett has done a great job putting all this in, and all the information that we've got. It's been a lot of the last couple of days, walking in early today, seeing practice, an hour walkthrough. That's all these kids had, is an hour walkthrough.
So you took the words out of my mouth there a little bit, Keith. I was going to ask you, when these guys that are, finishing up their freshman and sophomore years of high school and they come to an all-star event like this, what is it like for these kids? And then what do you expect tonight from them out there on the floor?
I think that these kids will go back to what they're used to doing. And we saw that in game number one. We saw a kid that played the post, went to the post, and played pretty good at defense and all those things. So you remember what your high school coach says, but this, you got to remember also, is a great honor for these kids. And this is where they can get to the next level, but they won't forget this game tonight. They won't forget the fundamentals who brought them here. And that's real important, is to remember the fundamentals that got you here. As we talked about in game number 2, when the 3-minute mark came, loose balls game on the floor, I want to win this game. I'm going to go after it.
The other thing that I think is interesting, Keith, is this is just the first year of this Underclassman All-American game, and the McDonald's All-American game was last week in Chicago, and that's been around now for nearly 4 decades. And you can see how that thing's grown. But when you look back at the first year of the McDonald's All-American game, it was similar to this. And, you know, Mr. Naismith that puts this together, you know, I think he has the vision and of the future to where they can possibly take this Underclassman All-American game. We're going to step aside. When we come back, we'll have the tip here for the 2016 Underclassman All-American game on SUV TV.
The 2016 Underclassman All-American game, sponsored by Let It Fly Performance, exclusive workouts, training content, and product releases. The National Foundation for Cancer Research, Research for a Cure. The Fuller Youth Foundation, working to mentor and provide life skills to youth using basketball. And All Metro Hoops, we got you covered.
Back here at Ben Davis High School in Indianapolis, Thad Van Devener and Keith Myers with you here for the 2016 and inaugural Underclassman All-American game. And Keith, we kind of talked about the coaches, we talked about the players. What can we expect tonight? What do you expect to see in this game as far as offense, defense? How much defense are we actually going to see? And maybe we should just go ahead and try to keep count of how many dunks we see.
I think if you're going to play defense, you're going to probably play defense the last 3 to 4 minutes of the game. Other than that, you're going to let these kids go up and down the floor and do the best that they can to develop a skill. Here's what I don't understand. Well, here's the thing that shocks me. If you look at the young face, you can tell they're young, but their bodies are just huge. I mean, we have some kids that can flat out going to play this game tonight.
For the viewers at home, the East squad will be in the blue jerseys, the West squad in the red jerseys. So the West with the ball to start it off, and that's Jamie Lewis. Now left wing, a three is no good, and that rebound is taken in by Emmett Williams. Williams ahead to Langford, Romeo Langford from New Albany. They swing it to the top of the key. Now on the drive and a floater in the paint, no good, rebounded there by Nazrion Reed. Reed's got it, top of the key, a little hesitation, into the paint, kicks it out. They swing it around, wide open, doesn't take the three. Now they kick it back out. A three from the right wing is good for Joe Weiskamp.
And Joe Weiskamp, again, has talked about going to Iowa.
And there's Romeo Langford for three on the match.
And Langford will shoot anywhere on the gym floor.
Lewis into the paint on the drive. A floater is good. Jamie Lewis on the board. Down low on a quick move, and that is up, and that is good for Matt Van Komen. Pardon me, that's for Emmett Williams. Rebound down low. Shot fake, and he's stripped down low. He's going to go to the free throw line, and that's Jonte Porter.
Porter will be going to the line shooting 2.
Foul goes against Charles Bassey for the East squad, and we talked about Jonte Porter briefly, but he's from Father Tolton High School in Columbia, Missouri, and he has already verbally committed to the University of Washington. So a little bit of a trip there from Columbia, Missouri to Seattle, Washington. Free throw is no good, and then the rebound putback was blocked away. The East squad on the move, Langford up with a reverse, and it's good.
Up and down the floor we go.
Weiskamp pushes it ahead to Anderson, who's no good on the jumper, and the rebound taken in by the East squad quickly up the floor, and a one-handed pass zips past Langford and out of bounds on the turnover.
Turnovers will be a few tonight because these kids only had an hour of practice, so they don't know which way they're going to go. But I tell you what, it's going to be a treat watching this.
Jamie Lewis brings it up for the West squad. Now he swings it to the right wing to Reed. Reed, a step back three, and it's good with a hand in his face.
Reed out in New Jersey.
And Reed at 6'9", showing that he can stretch the defense. Now a three from the left wing. That's an air ball, and that's out of bounds, and that'll go over to the West squad.
And I think that's the first time I've ever seen Lanford throw up an air ball.
Lewis brings it up once again for the West. Lewis on a lob down low, hits Reed, and Reed puts it up and in with a reverse. 5 points now for Nazarion Reed. And a steal, and Weiskamp on the drive. That one's no good. Taken in by the East and Rayshawn Black. Black pushes it ahead, but it's off the fingertips and out of bounds. He tried to throw it to Basie, but he couldn't handle it. Porter, top of the key three. That one is no good. Rebounded there by Romeo Langford. Langford pushing it ahead. Now into the paint. Drops it off to Williams. Williams backs it out. And he's going to take a three. And he drains it.
They're not going to take too long to decide if they're going to shoot the ball or pass the ball, Thad. Ball's going to go up in the air.
Lewis gets it over to Anderson. Anderson backs it out. He's going to take about a 30-footer and banks it home.
I can go inside. I can go outside. I'll just step back here from 25 feet.
Now a three from the left wing. That one's long and no good, and rebounded there by Anderson. Anderson off to Lewis. Lewis left alone. A hesitation dribble into the paint. No good, but he's going to go to the line.
This up and down pace is what we expect. Free throw shooting was a benefit during the first game. Let's see how well these kids will knock down these free throws.
That foul's going to go against Emmett Lewis of the East squad. Lewis to the free throw line, and that one is good. And Jamie Lewis, the sophomore out of Atlanta, Georgia, and Westlake High School. Second one up, second one is good. Now the West team with a 15-10 lead. That's Black on the drive. He puts it up, blocked away by Porter, but Black got it back, blocked by Porter again.
2 blocks in a row and almost got a steal.
Langford picks it up, hits a cutter on the drive, no good. Putback, no good, and then a putback slam by Charles Basie.
Keeping the ball up on the rim and up on the backboard, you never know what's going to happen. Nice slam.
The intensity and the hustle in an All-American game there from Charles Basie.
Absolutely.
Lewis on the dribble, hands it off to Reed. Reed hesitation into the paint. Pass is blocked away. Porter picks it up. A little fall away turnaround in the lane is good.
Nice little, Reed just lost control of the ball, and up and down we go. Scored, asked by number 11 for the East. That's Baisley.
Lewis is going to bring it up. Once again, 3-point lead now for the West. Lewis over to Weiskamp. Weiskamp looks to drive into the paint, and he throws it away. Tried to get over to Reed, but threw it out of bounds.
And now here comes the mass substitution as we're midway through the first quarter. 5 minutes, 19 seconds to play. I think we started with a 9-minute quarter is what it looked like the scoreboard had on the clock.
So it should be no issue at all in getting to 100, right, Keith?
Oh, no, not at all. Got an extra 4 minutes.
Campbell brings it up. Now he throws it to the left. That's Mercedes Leach with it. Leach gets it over to Williamson. Williamson looks to drive. Williamson, the lefty, puts it up. An air ball rebound taken in by Franklin Agunane. Agunane down low, and it hits the cutter, and that's Leach for 2.
Nice give and go ball there. Again, they have to play man-to-man defense.
3 from the wing is no good. That was Jarris Hamilton who's checked in. He's a 6'8", 2018 prospect.
Both of these coaches are literally coaching the team, which I kind of like. They are running sets.
Tiger Campbell into the game. He passes it over to the left wing Three was no good, but the rebound down low to Leach, and he steps that back and drains a three. He had it down low, decided not to take it back up, step out for three, and I'll drain it.
Yeah, I'd rather have 3 than 2.
Long three, that's no good, and rebounded by the East squad, and Agunane. They get it ahead on the drive, in the paint, puts it up and in. And that was Zion Williamson with the bucket and the foul.
You know, you look at Williamson here, just did a nice job as he runs to the floor. He sees an opening there, and he just takes it right to the hole. Nice job. Finish it up, big fella. Got a three-point play there.
Williamson's free throw is good, and he's from Spartanburg, South Carolina. Top of the key three, rattles home for Dwayne Cohill.
Cohill with his first points of the night.
There's Tiger Campbell on the drive, kicks it out into the corner for three. That one long, no good. Rebound to the west, they throw it ahead, picked off by Campbell. Campbell, a lob down low to Williamson, and he puts it in.
Looked at the eyes of the defender there and got beat.
Right wing now on the drive, and a foul as he goes to the bucket. That was Hamilton, and he'll go to the line for two. And Keith, let's go back to Tiger Campbell, who threw that lob there to Williamson. Campbell from La Lumiere, who we talked in the earlier game, in the select game, about those Laker players who went to MSG. Campbell was a star in that championship loss to Oak Hill. 12 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, and 3 steals for the point guard.
Well, he was the young man in the semifinals that united his team on that 14-0 run that got them into that game. So he's going to be a great player.
Campbell with the ball now out front for the East squad. Throws it left there to Leach. Leach is going to stop and pop for three. That one's no good. Rebound is loose. Williamson's got it. Williamson takes it to Campbell, steps in for a three. That one's long and no good. Rebound taken in by the West. Here comes Jeffries. Back to Jeffries for the dunk.
I tell you what, the communication there, give and go, and just put the ball where he could get it to flush it.
Jeffries showing the vertical leap that he's got, and he went up and slammed that one home easily. Campbell brings it across now. Swings it to Kevin Easley Jr. for three. That one's no good. Rebounded there by the West. That's Cohill. Cohill ahead. Now they get it over. It's loose momentarily, still being tipped around. Finally taken in there by Jeffries. Jeffries into the corner. Hamilton for three. That is short, but the follow dunk is no good. Now Hamilton's got it, and that one is no good, but he's fouled, and he's going to go to the line.
And Coach Tobert over there going, that's okay, you missed it, that's okay, follow his shot. Nice job. How many times has the ball been on the rim already? My goodness.
So Hamilton to the line. He's 1 out of 2. This one is up, and this one's good.
Like that little follow through, little hitch. Knows what he's going, dribbles, got the same routine. Got an early lane violation.
So he's going to get another shot, and I'll mention this now. Jairus Hamilton's actually the second player that we have in this game from Concord, North Carolina. He actually goes to the Cannon School. Rayshawn Black for the East squad, also from Concord, North Carolina, but he attends Concord High School. So some city rivalry going on as well tonight. Missed the free throw, got his own rebound, and put it back in. Jairus Hamilton. Campbell's got it. He's going to back it out on the left wing. Gets the screen out front. Now down low to Easley, who lays it up. No good, but the follow slam from Franklin Agunane.
Young man from Texas.
Little step back jumper from 17 feet, and he gets the roll is DJ Jeffries. So he's shown the vertical jump. Now he shows the handle and the step back J.
The body English there to float that ball in, to wheel that thing in. Nice basket.
Now on the drive, puts it up and in. That's Zion Williamson. We've seen Williamson down low, and we've seen Williamson be able to score on the drive.
And we have our fourth tie of the night at 28.
90 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Calling for a screen out front. We're going to try to get it down low. Pass was too high, but then it deflected off the rim out of bounds, but it's going to be off the east. Leach nearly had a steal or picked up the loose ball, but he lost it out of bounds, so the West will retain possession.
Also, this takeout sponsors all Metro Hoops.
Can they hold for one shot, you think, here?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Cohill's got it, swings it top of the key. Jeffries for three, that one's no good. Rebounded down low by Agunane. Campbell throws it ahead and he overthrows easily out of bounds.
No, I think we'll have a few more baskets here before the first quarter is over as a 28-28 tie.
1 minute left in the first quarter. 1 minute left in the first quarter.
Cohill's got it. They throw it left. Now on the drive is Hamilton. He double clutches and reverses and lays it in.
And again, we saw this in game number one. Use the rim as his protector. No one could defend that shot. That's a great basket.
Williamson brings it across midcourt. 40 seconds to go. Williamson top of the key. Hesitation. Now he kicks it out. On the drive, easily over to Williamson. He lost it, but retains possession. Williamson clutches down low, got up in the air, nowhere to go, picked off by Cohill. Cohill on the drive, he's going to lay it up, no good. Followed by Jeffries, no good. It's going to be out of bounds, but it's going to be West ball.
I'm glad they secured the rims tonight because that's the third time that we've had someone on the backboard hanging.
They probably called ahead to Coach James here at Ben Davis and said, make sure those backboards are okay.
Yeah, reinforce those babies.
Cohill's got it down low to Van Komen on the drive. He's blocked away. Williamson picks it up. He's all alone, and he's going to lay it up and in. Williamson looked like he wanted to do something special and got his steps counted incorrectly and just had to lay it in. Now a three from the wing is no good. Rebound batted out. Easily ahead to Campbell. Campbell, can he beat the buzzer? Puts it up in, and it's good.
They're going to count the basket. 32-30. We'll take a break.
32-30. East in the blue, leading by 2. That's it for the first quarter. 32-30.
The 2016 Underclassman All-American Game. Sponsored by Let It Fly Performance, exclusive workouts, training content, and product releases. The National Foundation for Cancer Research, research for a cure. The Fuller Youth Foundation, working to mentor and provide life skills to youth using basketball. And All Metro Hoops, we got you covered.
Back here at Ben Davis High School in Indianapolis, Indiana, in the inaugural Underclassman All-American game here on SUV TV. And think of that first quarter, 10-minute quarter, so a little bit higher scoring, but 32-30 at the end of one, Keith.
Five ties, several turnovers, great basketball.
Rayshawn Black back in, gets it over to Romeo Langford. Langford a lob, but the dunk was not connected. They get the offensive rebound, and Black lays it up and in.
Black follows the shot, that dunk. Boy, that thing was in and out.
Spacey showed us the vertical he had. He was high, just couldn't get that one to fall. Lewis back in as well. Looks like both teams went back to their starting five. Porter's back in. Porter's going to look at a deep three. Now a jab step and a pull-up from 17 feet. Porter shows that he can make an outside shot. He can put it on the deck, and he can score down low.
Pretty impressive, and he's playing pretty good defense down at this end.
Antoine Jones with it. They get it down low to Williams. Drops it off to Black, who's fouled down low.
And it looks like he might be looking for a contact, or is he looking for a trainer here?
I think Black got knocked in the lip there, maybe bleeding. It was Anderson with the foul for the West squad. He went to reach and slap down at the ball, and I think he caught Black on the lip. So Black's going to go to the sideline to get that cleaned up. Tiger Campbell checks back in for the East.
Officials went over to check on him. A trainer from Ben Davis checking on him. Boy, that's a smack. That would hurt.
So 9 minutes to go here in the second quarter. 34-32. here, the East team leading the West. But we've seen both these teams get up and down, but the one thing that we have seen about both of these teams is that they are getting up and down, but they are playing within the game a little bit, some screen and rolls. They've thrown it to the post a couple of times, so they're not just running and gunning. We're going to step aside here for a quick break. You're watching the Underclassman All-American game right here on SUV TV.
The first thing I want to say to the people who are donating to NFCR is thank you. I think this money is extremely important.
To the people who might be thinking about donating to NFCR, it holds a special place for cancer researchers because it funds basic research.
They tend to invest in people for a major part of their careers and to provide the continuity of funding that's necessary to take risks, because we know that without high risk, there isn't going to be high gain.
Having funding come from various sources is again critical for development and expansion of science.
The NFCR just looks for good science and good ideas and allows them to be followed, and it's you that are doing that with your donations to the NFCR.
It's very easy for the average person to say, I can give to something when you know it's immediately going to impact somebody. But it's a little bit more challenging sometimes to give to somebody who's looking where nobody's looked before.
NFCR realizes the expense and also realizes the importance of stable, flexible funding.
This is a really interesting way of bringing resources in and shows the dedication of the people that are putting in to this cause, and also the scientists that work for this take a special responsibility, I believe, in making sure that the money is spent appropriately.
And so again, thank you, and you've enabled new adventures in science, and you've enabled new technologies to be conceived of and translated.
Back here at the 2016 Underclassman All-American game in Indianapolis, Indiana. Thad Van Devener and Keith Myers with you here on SUV TV. A big shout out to our production staff here this evening, as well as our camera crew, getting some great shots here from inside the Ben Davis High School gymnasium. We saw Rayshawn Black cut to the basket, go up for a shot. He got hit in the mouth. It looks like he maybe busted his lip, and so he has checked out of the game as the trainer looks him over. So Tiger Campbell checks in for him, and he's going to take the free throws, and Campbell takes advantage of that, scoring some points for himself.
Yeah, I like that. I'm sitting on the bench, and I'm getting called on to knock down some free throws. You got to love that.
Second one for Campbell is up and good, and when you look up into the bleachers, Keith, he's got a lot of his La Lumiere teammates over there sitting across from us, as well as their head coach.
Yep, the head coach is over there, and got to be very proud of that young man.
Lewis on the drive, a double clutch reverse up and in with the left hand. Here comes Campbell, pull up 17-footer. That one no good. Rebound taken in by Anderson. Gets it ahead to Lewis. Lewis on the right wing, stops, hesitates, hits the cutter, and a dunk is missed. Now down low is Weiskamp, who's blocked away. They get it ahead to Williams. Williams on the break, loses the ball. They try to get it down low to Langford, but it's tapped away by Porter and out of bounds.
You know, you got to like the defense there, because they picked up the man and also forced the turnover there. Fortunately for them, the ball went out on red, so it's East ball.
Campbell inbounds, throws it out front there to Williams. Williams backs it out. Hesitation, now he's into the paint, drops it off, but miscommunication, and he throws it away.
That is, we haven't practiced all week long. We've known each other for an hour.
We've only been teammates for about 12 minutes, so we'll work on it. Lewis to the rim, blocked away there by Romeo Langford. Here comes Cohill. Top of the key, three is good and drained from the outside by Charles Basie.
Charles Basie is 6'10", and knocking down that three.
Versatility for Basie.
Home team's up.
Reed has it. Reed over to Anderson. They get it down low to Porter. Porter turns, faces. Now he gets it back to Anderson on the cut, who misses, but the follow-up is good for Reed.
Good job by Reed.
Langford on the drive. His shot's blocked. Now it's loose. Kicked out. That's Jones on the drive. Gets it to Campbell. Campbell waits. Back over to Jones. Jones is going to take a right wing three. That one's no good and rebounded by Reed. Reed pushes ahead. Tries to scoop it down low. Gets it to Weiskamp, but blocked from behind by Williams.
Good help defense there.
Campbell's going to bring it up. Campbell on the drive, gets it back over to Langford. Langford guarded out front. A step back three from the right wing, and that's all net for Romeo Langford.
And the people from Indiana are used to seeing that step back jump shot.
Langford just led his New Albany Bulldogs to a state championship not more than a week ago. We get it over to Weiskamp. Weiskamp waits, kicks it over to Lewis. Lewis a pull-up three. That one's no good. Rebounded out front by Williams. Williams brings it up himself. Trapped. Top of the key to Jones. Jones is going to take a three, and that one's good.
Separation now a little bit here from the East.
9-point advantage now for the East. 45-36, 6 minutes to play here in the first half. Reed on the drive, hesitation, now kicks it into the corner to Porter. Porter waits, now a floater in the lane is good.
Nice, pretty follow through.
I think it's been impressive, Keith, to see the array of talents that all these kids have.
And they're playing out of position as well. There's a long shot.
Langford's three is no good. Rebound tipped out of bounds by Williams, so it'll go over to the West.
And it looks like the West team is setting the ball. Looks like they're going to look inside.
It was tipped away by Campbell, but Lewis got it back. Lewis on the drive, kicks it out. Porter to Anderson, top of the key three. That one's long, no good. Porter with the offensive rebound. He puts it up, no good. Rebound taken in by Basie, ahead to Langford. Langford all alone, and a reverse jam for Romeo Langford.
Probably the easiest 2 points of the night for Langford.
10 points already tonight for Langford. Anderson looks to drive. Anderson, a step back jumper blocked away. Jones ahead to Williams, and Williams with a tomahawk windmill comes up short. Rebounded by Porter. Porter down low. Reed flushes it home for two.
7-point lead now for the East.
Langford's got it, left wing, crossover dribble in between the legs, step back 19-footer, long, no good. Rebound taken in there by Reed. Quick steal for the East. Campbell on the drive, and he lays it up and in.
You could see his eyes, who was going to do the toss, decided just to finish it, and that is what he did. We got a timeout by the East, and we'll take a break with them. You're listening to SUB TV.
Back here at Ben Davis, 49-40 the East leads. Hamilton back in for the West. He gets it over to Van Komen, who misses the jumper. Rebounded there by Williamson. He lost it, and all alone at the other end with the Thunder slam is James Wiseman.
Wiseman out of Nashville, Tennessee, 6'10", power forward in his position.
Leach back into the game. The lefty bangs a three ball in from the right wing.
You leave him open, I think he can hit it anywhere.
Down low to Wiseman. Wiseman posting up against Kevin Easley. A kick out now back to Wiseman. Wiseman high post. Tries to hit the cutter, and it goes out of bounds. That was DJ Jeffries on the cut, but couldn't handle the pass, and it's out of bounds over to the East squad.
There you see the two coaches there working their fannies off tonight.
Williamson shake and bake at the top. His jumper short and no good. Rebound. Leach had it momentarily. Now taken in out front by Jeffries. Jeffries ahead to Cohill. Cohill, right wing. Down low to Van Komen, but he couldn't handle the pass, and it goes out of bounds.
Van Komen is 7'4". And I know you didn't come early today, but he towered over me, and I'm 6'1". He has some talent inside. He's looking forward to his junior year.
Rayshawn Black has the ball now for the East. He kicks it out to Williamson. Williamson at 6'7" has really shown his versatility, playing much on the perimeter tonight. Kevin Easley has it knocked away, but he gets it back now over to Leach. Leach gets a screen, and Leach loses it out of bounds. Another turnover. And here in this middle part of the second quarter, Keith, it's been a little bit sloppy on both ends.
Yeah, a little bit sloppy on both ends, and a lot of that is just we're new. Everyone's new and all those things, but they'll get back into this. I mean, if you look at the scoreboard, we've had games where these games would be over by now. It's 52-42.
No problem scoring points tonight, as Cohill on the drive has it blocked away by Black, but the offensive rebound is taken in and put back in by Wiseman.
I like Wiseman's tights, very impressive.
Easily a fall-away jumper is no good, rebounded by Cohill. Cohill on the drive, into the paint, puts it up, no good. Followed by Wiseman is no good. Black ahead to Leach. Leach is all alone, and he slams it with the left hand.
10-point ball game once again.
A steal once again by Black. It's Black and Leach. Black on the drive, drops it off, but he's going to be fouled. We'll see if he's going to go to the free throw line. I'm not sure if they're going to say he's in the act of shooting or not.
No, I think they're going to take it back inside, underneath the basket.
Williamson's going to inbound. He throws it into Kevin Easley Jr. from right here in Indianapolis in Lawrence North High School. Down low to Williamson. Williamson on the move. That's no good. Rebounded down low by Cohill. Cohill splits the defenders. It's 5-on-3. He swings it to the ring, and it's laid up and in by DJ Jeffries.
That was a pretty easy layup.
Leach on the with the crossover to the rim. He's fouled. Count it and one.
And I don't know if our guys have that replay, but yeah, we do. Look at this. Running the floor, switches hands in midair. This is a great, beautiful, that's an NBA move right there.
And he completes the three-point play. Mercedes Leach.
Good shot, guys. Good shot.
11-point lead now for the East. Hamilton back into the game, gets it to the left wing, and that's DJ Jeffries, and he puts in a three.
Thad, he literally had the ball in two-point land. He stepped back to shoot the three.
Keith, it's as if I've taught you nothing, is that three is more than two.
I understand now.
Easily into the paint, he puts it up and in.
It just keeps going.
Under a minute to go now, a 10-point lead for the East. Hamilton looks to drive. He's into the paint, has it stripped away, knocked away, but they're going to say off of Hamilton, out of bounds, over to the East.
In the Blues, the home team 59, gets 49.
Black to bring it up. Black a crossover. Now he pulls up. He thought he had Leach on the wing, and he threw it away.
And if you look real closely to Black, he's got a butterfly bandage on his face. I'm glad he's being able to finish this. This is really neat. He needs to play this.
Cohill brings it up. Cohill, a Euro step into the paint, has it stripped away. Williamson throws it ahead to Leach, and Leach with a thunder two-handed dunk. We've seen Mercedes Leach really take over this game late in the second quarter.
Dominating.
He's got 10 points here just in the second. 15 points already on the night, and a 12-point lead for the East, 13 seconds. Hamilton looks to drive. Gets over to Wiseman, 15-footer from the baseline is no good. Van Komen with the follow, that one's no good. Another tip for Van Komen, and he gets it to go.
He doesn't even have to jump. He's 7'4", he's just right at the rim.
From half court, Easley shot is no good. And at the end of the first half, the East leading the West 61-51, well on pace to go over 100 points tonight here in the 2016 Underclassman All-American game from Indianapolis, Indiana, and right here live on SUV TV.
How long does it take to change the game of basketball? To change the sport? Hours, days, years, decades? How about 0.4 seconds? Just like that, all of a sudden big ain't so big no more. Small ain't so small. And with the flick of the wrist, the step back three is the new dunk. Follow through is the new poster. Range is the new hang time. From the elbow to the rim, the threat now comes from everywhere. It's a new age for the game, a new era of champion. In the world, change takes time. In the universe, it takes eons. In this game, it only takes a second or less. How long does it take to change?
Let It Fly is challenging all you shooters out there to work hard and prove yourselves to me and my training partners at Shot Tracker. Together, we are tracking your every shot to see if you're reaching your full potential. Finally, there's a way to track your game and know where you stand against other elite shooters across the world.
First thing I want to say to the people who are donating to NFCR is thank you. I think this money is extremely important.
To the people who might be thinking about donating to NFCR, it holds a special place for cancer researchers because it funds basic research.
They tend to invest in people for a major part of their careers and to provide the continuity of funding that's necessary to take risks, because we know that without high risk, there isn't going to be high gain.
Having funding come from various sources is again critical for development and expansion of science.
The NFCR just looks for good science and good ideas and allows them to be followed, and it's you that are doing that with your donations to the NFCR.
It's very easy for the average person to say, I can give to something when you know it's immediately going to impact somebody. But it's a little bit more challenging sometimes to give to somebody who's looking where nobody's looked before.
NFCR realizes the expense and also realizes the importance of stable, flexible funding.
This is a really interesting way of bringing resources in and shows the dedication of the people that are putting in to this cause. And also the scientists that work for this take a special responsibility, I believe, in making sure that the money is spent appropriately.
And so again, thank you, and you've enabled new adventures in science, and you've enabled new technologies to be conceived of and translated.
The 2016 Underclassman All-American Game, sponsored by Let It Fly Performance, exclusive workouts, training content, and product releases. The National Foundation for Cancer Research, Research for a Cure. The Fuller Youth Foundation, working to mentor and provide life skills to youth using basketball. And All Metro Hoops, we got you covered.
Back here at the 2016 Underclassman All-American Game in Indianapolis, Indiana, and Ben Davis High School, live here on SUV TV. And Keith, in that first half, a lot of offense. We saw a couple of guys really stand out. I want to point out Mercedes Leach for the East team, 15 points in that first half, and his team with a 10-point lead.
And he did it pretty easy. Did it inside, outside, all those things. You look at the West, they just seem like they're one step off a little bit tonight. But again, we got here at 4 o'clock. They had 1 hour of practice. I think we were off our game a little bit if we only had 1 hour of practice. We've been working together for a long time. But don't underestimate this team. This will be a close ball game before the game is over, because the East is in control here, but the West has some firepower. It could be very interesting. You know, you look at the kids that are already verbally committed to some colleges. This is where college coaches are going to watch to see what you do when you're in the lead, or if you're behind, what you do in those situations. It is an all-star game, but you can shine a little bit here.
Mercedes Leach, the leading scorer at halftime. He is a freshman, or the class of 2019 prospect from Poplar Bluff, Missouri, and Poplar Bluff High School there. The only other individual in double figures in the first half was Romeo Langford with 10 points. Romeo Langford from here in Indiana, from the southern part of the state, in New Albany. The West team, which is the red team, they were led by 9 points in the first half by DJ Jeffries and Nazrion Reed Jeffries in the 2019 class as well from Olive Branch, Mississippi, and Olive Branch High School. Reed from out of Roselle Catholic High School in Roselle, New Jersey. He's a class of 2018 prospect.
The interesting thing is Ray Tolbert had 10 minutes in the locker room. He spent another 2 minutes because they're begging him to get on the floor as he's still drawing up plays.
Good to see that Coach Tolbert has the dry erase so he can draw up some plays. And like we talked about in the first game, in the select game early on, Keith, is that when this thing gets close late, they're really going to start coaching as we see John Tay Porter in for 2.
Porter, nice job, took the ball to the basket.
Campbell throws it left to Easley. Easley's going to look to work against Wieskamp. Now he kicks it out. A skip pass is going to be picked off there by Anderson. Anderson, another Indiana kid. He's from South Bend and South Bend Riley High School. He's going to take a 3. That one's long and no good. Rebound tapped out by Wieskamp, and he saves it over to Lewis. Lewis on the drive, and the paint has it swatted to the ground right there by Franklin Agunane.
Maybe no contact, but he sure did act like he had some contact.
Reed out top for a 3, and that one's good.
Reed is 6'9". He is he is just great inside and out.
Campbell in the paint with a floater for 2 for the East squad.
First 2 points of the half for him.
63-56, the East leading, East in blue, West in red. Reed looking to back down, kicks it out to Anderson. Anderson waits, now gets a screen out front from Porter, moves it to the right, gets it down low to Porter, who finishes with a 2-hand dunk.
Didn't put the ball on the floor. If you're watching at home and you're a young man there, don't put the ball on the floor, just go straight up, flush it.
Campbell really likes to utilize that pick and roll. We see him again on the floater with the left hand. That one no good. Wieskamp throws it ahead. It's picked off there by Easley. Easley on the drive, drops it off, and a dunk for Agunane.
Shooting percentage is pretty good when you dunk the ball. Here comes an open layup.
Easley all alone, and he misses the 2-hand dunk. Now Reed pushes ahead. Lewis is left open for 3, and he drains it.
You know, it is an all-star game, but you look over there at that missed dunk, and Coach Harrison is very upset. Finish it.
And immediately a 5-point swing in the West, climbing back into this thing down to 4 is the lead for the East. Easley's got the rebound, saves it in, but Anderson with the steal. Anderson pushing ahead, hesitates, drops it off to Porter. Porter, Lewis, another 3, and he makes another one, and it's a 1-point game.
And just like that, you're right back into the game. And I told you the West would make a run here. It's the dry erase board.
It is. It has been. And a timeout for the East and a fist pump on the sideline by Coach Tolbert. It's going to be a 30-second timeout. We're going to take a break. It's 65-64 here in the All-American game right here on SUV TV. Back here at Ben Davis High School in Indianapolis, Indiana in the 2016 Underclassman All-American game. Williamson top of the key 3. That one's no good for the East, and Anderson has it for the West, and they're going to look to take their first lead since early in the first quarter. Lewis, a skip pass. Wieskamp, step back 3, no good. Anderson with the follow, went high and tapped it in.
That ball was way off the backboard, and he just went behind the back to get that tip in. That's the first lead they've had since the first quarter.
Campbell on the drive, a Euro step, and they're going to call him for a travel.
West has battled back here. Got to stop the momentum here if you're the East. You need a couple stops here.
Lewis has it for the West. Lewis on the drive, tries to kick it out, stolen by Easley.
Has the
Easley
numbers.
ahead to Campbell. Campbell drops it off to Leach. Leach puts it up and in. Not sure if that hit the upright or not above the basket, but it's going to go in and count.
I think it hit the guide wire, but no one called it, so play on.
Anderson gets it over to Lewis. Lewis now over to Reed. Reed with a screen. Hits Wieskamp on a cut, and Wieskamp can't finish down low. Rebound taken in by Williamson. Kick out, three, Easley, good.
Boy, nice, smooth. Catch the ball, shoot the ball, follow through.
Lewis was instrumental in that comeback for the West here in the third quarter. He kicks it out. Wieskamp on the drive. Now kicks it to Reed. Reed into the corner to Porter. Porter down low. Wieskamp on the drive into the lane. Swings it to Lewis. Lewis, shot fake, three, no good. And Reed is there with a two-hand follow jam.
Now, we have seen Reed do the inside game. We've seen him do the outside game. I just wondered what else he could do tonight.
I think the only thing left on his resume that he's got to check off is handle the ball, and guess what? He's got the rebound, and he's going to lead the break. Gets it ahead to Lewis. Lewis skips it. Porter and Anderson, and they're going to call a travel. Both guys went after it. They miscommunication there.
And Ray Tolbert high-fiving his players, fist bumping. He's pretty happy with that 5 minutes of play.
I guess if you're an understudy of Bobby Knight for a few years, you get a little fired up on the sideline, don't you?
A little bit.
Yeah.
I noticed that the chairs are locked down, though. That's
right.
a good thing.
Yeah. No sweater tonight for Ray. It is spring, so it's warm enough he didn't have to go to the sweater. And Van Komen with a swat off the backboard. Pass ahead is picked off by Langford. Langford stop and pop three is good.
Actually, they gave him two, landed on the line.
So they will give Langford two. He's got 12 on the night. Cohill's got it now for the West. And his shoe's untied, so an official's timeout to get that taken care of. But I think we've seen a better flow to the offense on both ends of the floor here in the third quarter.
Yeah, absolutely. And if we could get the camera guys to look at Wiseman's tights, that's got to be the best dressed tights in Indiana tonight.
That's Wiseman there, number 9 for the West squad in red.
If we could take a look,
Cohill.
those are pretty impressive.
Cohill's got it, picks up his dribble. Now he drops it off to Wiseman. Wiseman's going to take a 15-footer and he drains it. Jones, a hesitation, now a crossover, and his shot was blocked. He got it back. He's in the paint. Drops it off to Williams, who puts it up and in.
74-70. The intensity has picked up at the 4-minute mark.
Cohill over to Jeffries. Jeffries with a really productive first half as well. Cohill on the drive, picks up the dribble, kicks it out to Jeffries. He looked at a three, but he didn't catch that ball right. Now he's going to step back off the dribble and shoot a fall away, no good. Wiseman with his foot on the line, and he makes that one.
Made that look good easy, didn't he?
8 points now for Wiseman on the drive, in the paint, up and good is Charles Basie's layup.
And Basie just took him to school there, went left, went right up to the basket.
Screen out front for Cohill. He's on the drive. It's no good. Follow dunk is no good by Wiseman, and the ball out of bounds off of Wiseman over to the east.
And Wiseman winks and says, oh, I should have had that.
4-point game, 76-72, the East leading. Black is back into the game. Got a new bandage at halftime. Now a step back jumper from Jones is no good. Rebounded by Jeffries.
Got numbers.
Jeffries ahead to Wiseman, who finishes with the dunk, and he's fouled.
I tell you what, Wiseman felt the contact as we talked earlier. Today's kids understand contact, flush, three-point play.
I know you talked about Wiseman's tights, which we can probably get a shot of here while he's on the free throw line. But the other thing Wiseman's shown us, for a big guy, he can step out and shoot, and he can run the floor.
Absolutely. Knocks down the free throw.
Free throw good as well. Wiseman with 11 points now.
East is up by 1.
Jones on the drive. He kicks it out. Langford with the deep three. That's short and no good. Rebound by Cohill. West looks for the lead. A lob to the rim and a put down. Dunk from Jeffries.
Beautiful.
4. DJ Jeffries. You by DJ.
Jones backs it out. Now hits Williams on a screen, and Williams tried to go up over Van Komen. Van Komen blocked it. I think they're gonna call him for a foul. No, clean block. It'll be out of bounds.
I kind of like it, the block, but he's got to get a little bit stronger because he got knocked down to the floor. When he's a senior, that won't happen.
Basie kicks it out to Jones. Jones, pull up three, good.
How smooth is that?
By number 6, Antoine Jones from Oswald.
Antoine Jones with that three-pointer. Three from the right wing from Hamilton is no good. It's rebounded, now ahead to Basie, over to Jones, and Jones with the left hand puts it up and in.
Looked like he was going to go for the lob and just shot the spot. And Coach Tobert over there saying he did the ballet steps.
Cohill for three, and he knocks that one home. Second triple tonight for Dwayne Cohill. And Jones is going to be called for a travel over in the corner.
And give that assist to Ray Tolbert there because he put that mention of travel in that official's head, finally got one.
Cohill brings it up, gets it over to Jeffries. Jeffries, as we mentioned, from Olive Branch, Mississippi. They kick it out Van Komen. Van Komen drops it off to Cohill. Cohill waiting for a screen from Van Komen. Gets it at the top of the key, and a carry is going to be called there for Cohill. Coach Tolbert asking for a foul out front.
Now he's just rubbing his head. You just got to love these all-star coaches. I mean, they're living in this game, and it's awesome.
Jones has it now. Shake at the top of the key, no good, moves it to the right. Now Jones. Jones has had a really nice third quarter for the East squad. He gets it over to Rayshawn Black. Black, top of the key, three, good.
Just finished it.
Correction. 3 by number 4.
Wiseman in the corner for three, and he makes another one. Wiseman just keeps stepping back and back further.
I think that's his third three-pointer. And there's a dunk.
Reverse dunk for Romeo Langford down low.
By number 7, Romeo Langford.
We don't have time to breathe here as these baskets go in.
DJ Jeffries for three, and he knocks one in.
That's DJ Jeffries.
And that is our sixth tie at 86.
Langford's got it now. Langford working against Jeffries on a spin move, pull up, no good, kicks it out. Jones a deep three, that one's no good. Offensive rebound, Langford, he drops it off down low and it's put in there by Nadeem.
And if you looked at the East that time, 3 guys underneath the basket getting the rebound.
Jeffries, step back, there's 15 seconds. Van Komen kicks it over to Hamilton. Hamilton on the drive, puts it up and in. Rayshawn Black into the paint, a little floater is no good, tip is no good. Jones has it, can he beat the buzzer with a fall away? He beat the buzzer, but the shot was no good. And Keith, in an all-star game, we're gonna go to the fourth quarter tied at 88 right here on SUV TV.
The 2016 Underclassman All-American Game, sponsored by Let It Fly Performance, exclusive workouts, training content, and product releases. The National Foundation for Cancer Research, research for a cure. The Fuller Youth Foundation, working to mentor and provide life skills to youth using basketball. And All Metro Hoops, we got you covered.
How long does it take to change the game of basketball? To change the sport? Hours, days, years, decades? How about 0.4 seconds? Just like that, all of a sudden big ain't so big no more. Small ain't so small. And with the flick of the wrist, the step back three is the new dunk. Follow through is the new poster. Range is the new hang time. From the elbow to the rim, the threat now comes from everywhere. It's a new age for the game, a new era of champion. In the world, change takes time. In the universe, it takes eons. In this game, it only takes a second or less.
Here at Ben Davis High School in Indianapolis, Indiana, the 2016 Underclassman All-American game, and we're going to go to the fourth quarter tied at 88.
I will tell you, if we take a look at the end of the basket where our slam cam is, they're fixing the slam cam because the last dunk jerked the batteries out of it, so that's why we don't have the slam cam. But we'll get it fixed, and we'll get this fourth quarter underway. Look at the score, 88-88. We got 7 ties. Pretty impressive. I don't know what the price of admission of the ticket was, but it's worth it, whatever, to see these athletes. And, you know, we've seen 3-point baskets, we've seen 2-point baskets, we've seen a lot of slams. Very impressive game. And I love the coaches because they both are working pretty hard to get a victory.
And in that third quarter, coming out of the locker room, the West squad was down by 10. They scored 37 points in the third quarter, outscoring the East 37-27 to tie this game up at 88 apiece going to the final quarter.
You know, our producer, Lisa, she was a basketball player. She scored 36 points in like 24 games. And in my career, I might have scored 36 points.
While we have a moment, let's go over our rosters completely and let you know where all these individuals are from. We'll start with the East squad, which is the team in blue that you'll see on your screen. Number 11, Charles Basie, class of 2019 prospect. He's from St. Anthony's High School in San Antonio, Texas. Kevin Easley, number 5 for the East, from right here in Indianapolis, class of 2018 in Lawrence North High School. Tiger Campbell from La Lumiere and LaPorte. He's a 2019 recruit. Emmett Williams, number 10 for the East, from IMG Academy in Bradenton, Florida. Zion Williamson from Spartanburg, South Carolina, and Spartanburg Christian. Antoine Jones from Oldsmar Christian in Oldsmar, Florida. Romeo Langford from New Albany, Indiana, and New Albany High School. Franklin Agunane from Denton, Texas, just outside Dallas. Mercedes Leach from Poplar Bluff, Missouri. And we see a 3 right there from Antoine Jones from Oldsmar, Florida. Osmain Nadeem from St. Louis, and Rayshawn Black from Concord, North Carolina for the East. We'll get to the West here in just a moment.
And you talk about Black, he's verbally committed to UNC early in his career.
Lob and a layup is good there from Kevin Easley. And a quick 5-point spurt to start the quarter for the East, but Reed matches that for the West. Reed from out of Roselle, New Jersey. Campbell's got it. Down low to Easley. Easley, a reverse pivot, working on Wieskamp now. A step back J is no good. Rebounded by Jones. Down low to Williamson, and I think the slam cam might be injured again after that power dunk.
I tell you what, if it's not, it's durable.
Lewis has it now for the West squad.
Yep, it's gone.
Reed, a step back from the baseline, and that is good. And Nazrion Reed has shown all the facets of his game tonight. Drop it off to Campbell. Campbell backs it out to Jones. Jones looked at a guarded 3, didn't take it. Tightly guarded there by Anderson. Now over to Easley. Easley, 1 dribble, a 3, that one no good, and a rebound taken there by Anderson.
Anderson did a nice job of cupping the ball, protecting the ball.
And
Outlet
Lewis
pass
to the rim, no good. Couldn't finish, rebounded by Easley. It's a 3-point lead for the East. Campbell looks for 3, and he's got it. Now it's a 6-point lead for the East.
And he got a timeout by the West. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here. We'll give it to the West All-Stars.
We mentioned Nazrion Reed from Roselle Catholic in Roselle, New Jersey. He's number 12 for the West squad. DJ Jeffries from Olive Branch, Mississippi, and Olive Branch High School, class of 2019. Jonte Porter from Father Tolton High School in Columbia, Missouri. He's already committed to the University of Washington in Seattle. James Wiseman from Nashville, Tennessee and Innsworth High School. Matt Van Komen from Pleasant Grove, Utah, class of 2019. He's at 7'4", number 10 for the West Squad. Jarris Hamilton from the Cannon School in Concord, North Carolina. Joe Wieskamp from Muscatine, Iowa, and already a verbal commit to the Hawkeyes. Dwayne Cohill from Holy Name Catholic in Cleveland, number 6. Damazi Anderson from South Bend Riley right here in Indiana, class of 2018. And Jamie Lewis with the ball for the West Squad. Now he's stripped from Westlake High School in Atlanta as Tiger Campbell streaks the length of the floor and lays it up and in.
And there's the century mark at 100-92.
Anderson, a pull-up three from the top of the key. It's short and rebounded by Jones. Jones ahead to Nadim, who tries to lay it up, but he's blocked from behind by Reed.
And we got to remember the score was tied at 88 apiece, and the East has just rattled off quickly these points.
Campbell's got it on the left wing. They're looking to clear it out to get the ball down low to Easley. They finally get it to him on a spin, and they're going to call Lewis for a reach-in foul.
You know, we got to tip our hats to the guys in the black and white stripes tonight. They've done a great job controlling these great kids and this talent.
Campbell, three from the corner is good.
In the hands. Hands up in his face.
Tiger Campbell's second triple of the quarter. Now a step back three for Reed is no good. Rebounded there by Jones, who gets it over to Campbell. Campbell, he's going to take a deep three. Short and no good, and I think that was a little bit of a heat check, Keith.
I think they just wanted to check and see if they got it.
Lewis behind the back has it stolen by Campbell. Campbell loses it. It's loose on the floor, picked up by Jones. Drops it off to Nadim, who has it stripped down low by Reed. Reed on the dribble, and a lob to the rim. Anderson couldn't finish, but got it back and lays it in.
Caught the ball on the way down. Fortunately for him, he did not get hurt because his head was over the rim.
Jones has it now, guarded out front by Anderson. Now Jones on the drive into the paint, puts it up, no good. A follow by Easley is no good. He's got it back, step back 17-footer, no good. Offensive rebound, Williamson swatted at the rim by Reed. Campbell's got it, and head coach Roy Harrison says, hey, let's slow it down a moment and set something up. Now Campbell on the drive into the paint, puts it up, reverse is no good. Rebound loose, and Weiskamp's got it. Throws it ahead, tries to get it to Porter, and it's stolen away. Campbell into the corner. That's Jones who misses, and now Porter with the rebound. Talked about Porter from Columbia, Missouri, right there, right in the backyard of the Missouri Tigers, and he's already committed to go to the University of Washington.
Yes, sir, and he finished there strongly there, 103-96. The West has got to run. I guarantee you they got a run in them.
7-point lead right now, 5:25 to go. And then as we watch the clock tick down a little bit, Keith, how quickly or about what time do you expect the defensive intensity to pick up here?
I would think it about a minute and a half.
Williamson with the turnaround, and he gets that one to go. Lewis on the drive into the paint, no good. Kicks it out, Wieskamp open for three, that one's short. Rebounded by Nadim, gets it ahead to Campbell. Now over to Jones. Jones on the drive has it stripped by Porter. Weiskamp's got it. Ahead to Lewis, he's open for three. Takes his time, no good. Wieskamp with the follow, and it's good.
And just like that, you got the substitutions coming in as the 4-minute mark. Now watch the ball go a little bit different. Defensive pressure.
I think it'll be interesting to see here, too, what Coach Tolbert and Coach Harrison do here. If they're going to maybe extend some pressure and maybe trap a little bit as this game tightens up.
I wouldn't put it past Coach Tolbert, let me tell you.
Black gets it back. He's got it on the left wing. One dribble, loses it, and now it's picked up by Anderson. Anderson ahead to Reed. He's all alone, and a windmill dunk is no good, and the rebound is rejected by the rim out of bounds.
And that's when you tell that young man, look, you had 2 points, just put the ball in the basket.
Mercedes Leach is back in for the East squad. He's got the ball top of the key. A crossover now behind the back and a fall-away 15-footer. No good. Porter's got it. Porter outlet pass to Cohill. Cohill swings it to Anderson. Anderson on the drive into the paint, kicks it to Hamilton, and Hamilton travel.
Yep, shuffle the feet. Good call. Now we have a new sub in, and here comes the pressure. Here comes the pressure.
Cohill's gonna pick up Black. Black moves it to the right. Now he's trapped in the corner. Tries to get it to Langford, but it's picked off by Jeffries over to Reed. Back to Jeffries. Jeffries on the drive to Porter. He's left all alone for three. No good. Jeffries' offensive rebound. He kicks it out to Hamilton. He can't get one to go, and it's rebounded out to Leach. Leach on the drive, working against Jeffries, puts it up, no good. Follow dunk, no good. Langford's there. It's blocked away by Porter.
The defense is definitely picking up here.
Cohill for three. That one no good and rebounded by Williams. Leach wants to push it again. Leach, a lob, couldn't be finished there. And it's kicked out, and the rebound to Leach. Leach on the drive into the paint, puts it up, no good. Reed's got it. Tries to get it ahead, and it's finally picked up by Jeffries. It's 1-on-2. Jeffries, a lob. Hamilton is blocked from behind and picked up by Black. And a timeout's going to be taken there by Coach Harrison as things were getting a little crazy on both ends of the floor with 2:55 to go. He's going to call a timeout. Just a 7-point lead for the East.
Well, you just got to do that just to settle things down and go. You went 2.5 minutes without a basket. Great defensive thing. We got a full timeout. We're going to take a. We're going to stay right here. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back right after this.
Back here at Ben Davis High School, and a step-back jumper no good for the East as the West squad, trailing by 7, tries to get back into it with just 2:40 to go here in this All-American game. Reed has it, kicks it out to Hamilton. Hamilton on the drive, into the paint, puts it up and in.
West has to make a stop here. Down by 5.
Little bit of token pressure here from the West. Leach brings it up on the right wing. Leach down low, and Williams couldn't handle it. It was saved in by Jeffries, and Reed's got it for the West. Reed, a crossover, hesitation into the paint, and he's going to be fouled right there by Williams.
Now you have to finish at the free throw line. You're down by 5. You got plenty of time. I like how these coaches have really strategized the last 2 or 3 minutes of this ball game.
So Reed at the free throw line, first one, no good.
You got an IU guy and a Purdue guy, so they're battling back for maybe bragging rights a little bit as well.
A little bit of bragging rights there between those two.
We are in the state of Indiana, so.
Anderson's going to check in now for Wiseman, as it looks like Coach Tolbert's going to go a little bit offense-defense here. That one's good there from Reed, so 1 out of 2.
You're down by 4. Don't have to foul here.
Full court pressure now. Tough to get it in, and a foul's going to be called in the backcourt there against Cohill, guarding Campbell.
And here's the interesting thing. Team fouls, it's only 2 apiece.
Langford inbounds to Campbell. Campbell brings it up, he's into the paint. He puts it up, blocked away by Jeffries, and it's going to be off of Campbell, out of bounds.
Here comes pressure.
2 minutes to go, the West trailing by 4. Reed looked at a 3, now he's going to take it, top of the key. It's no good, and rebounded there by Gunane. No, pardon me, that was Charles Basie. Basie gets it over to Campbell, now over to Langford. Langford shot fake on the drive into the paint. He went for the tomahawk but couldn't convert, and the rebound goes into the backcourt to Campbell.
If that would have went, it would have brought down the house.
Langford's got it back. Now a trap comes. He splits the defense. Now he has it stripped, but he got it back. Langford triple teamed out front. Gets it over to Campbell. Campbell on the drive. Kicks it down low, and Williams has it knocked away out of bounds.
123 left in the game. 123. East up by 4.
Still in it.
By 4. 123 left.
Campbell throws it all the way into the backcourt there to Romeo Langford. Langford's going to bring it across. It's a 4-point lead for the East. Coach Harrison says, let's spread it out. Campbell now on the drive, a floater high off the glass, in, and he's fouled. What a move by Tiger Campbell.
You know, big-time players make big-time plays. With 1:10 to play, that is a big-time play.
That was his 9th and 10th point of the quarter. Now looking for his 11th.
What a week this young man has had, huh?
Free throw is good. Now 17 points in the game for Tiger Campbell. And we talked about it earlier. He's part of that La Lumiere team that played at Madison Square Garden on Saturday in the Dix High School Championship game.
And now all of a sudden on a Wednesday night, I'm playing in downtown Indianapolis area.
Cohill with a spin, lost it, got it back. Swings it to the corner. That's Anderson for 3. No good. Rebounded by Black. Black's going to push it up. Swings it over, and his pass nearly picked off by Lewis, but Black's got it back. Now Black on a lob down low. Couldn't finish at the rim, but brought it down and put it in for 2, and that's Charles Basie.
And I think that might just do it with 37.1 seconds to play. Here comes the token press here.
A 9-point lead. The West is going to have to score in a hurry. Cohill pull up 3. That one's no good. Rebounded there by Basie, who gets it over to Black. Black's going to push it up. Black into the paint. He's going to be fouled right there by Reed.
That is a wall he ran into.
They're going to say that foul was on the floor, so Campbell inbound, 24.5 seconds to go. And they throw it down low to Langford, who throws it down with a right hand.
Romeo Langford.
Lewis step back 3. That one's no good. It's going to go out of bounds, and with 10 seconds to go, it's a 112-101 lead here for the East.
West 101.
And now they just hold the ball as it finishes up here, as the East will win this one 114-101.
Black's going to dunk it at the horn, and that's going to do it. The East team defeats the West team here in the 2016 Underclassman All-American game, 114-101. Stay tuned. We're going to come back with your player of the game. We're going to take a quick break, but stick with us right here on SUV TV.
The 2016 Underclassman All-American Game. Sponsored by Let It Fly Performance, exclusive workouts, training content, and product releases. The National Foundation for Cancer Research, research for a cure. The Fuller Youth Foundation, working to mentor and provide life skills to youth using basketball. And All Metro Hoops. We got you covered.
Back here at Ben Davis High School in Indianapolis, Indiana, the 2016 Underclassmen All-American game. Thad Van Diemener and Keith Myers here with you as part of the SUV TV crew tonight. And Keith, the East comes out with a 114-101 victory tonight, but I think more importantly than the final score in which team won was just the sheer display of talent that we saw tonight here out there on the court.
Yeah, in both games, and the talent, not only players-wise, but the coaches did a great job as well. Did a great job of putting these kids in, and you got to thank this whole entire committee who put this on the Underclassman All-American game. I hope we get invited back. I think we had a great time, and I hope that you at home enjoyed it. Don't forget now, this is on demand, so you can pick this up and you can watch this over and over and over, because I know what I'm going to do tonight when I get home. So, and we'll see who wins again in these games.
Getting ready to announce the players of the game. First for the West squad, and that was Nazrion Reed, number 12, a 6'9" power forward from Roselle Catholic High School in Roselle, New Jersey, class of 2018 prospect. And Keith, we saw Reed able to go inside, go outside. He handled the ball really exceptionally well for a 6'9" player.
Yeah, he was a point guard at one time for the Ray Tobert's All-Star team. So that very, very good, very well deserved.
And Reed finished with 19 points. And the player of the game for the East squad, Romeo Langford from New Albany, Indiana, the hometown kid, more or less, I guess you could say, an hour and a half south here of Indianapolis. Langford finishing with 16 points tonight in the East. Victors 114-101. And Keith, you can talk about Langford for a little bit, but what an exceptional performance he put on in the state tournament here in Indiana as his New Albany Bulldogs were crowned 4A state champions. And then also what he did tonight was pretty impressive.
Pretty impressive. And the crazy thing is the young man doesn't know how to jive. He just turned 16. That's very scary if you ask me. Hey, we want to thank a lot of people to get this involved. We want to thank, of course, the Bennett's who has invited us to do this. We're on loan from Indiana SRN, and we really appreciate that, our people to let us do that. But we want to thank you guys personally. It's been a pleasure working with you guys, our professionals. Please call us back because we want to come back next year. We want to be right here with you.
And a big thank you to all the sponsors for the Underclassman All-American game. And you wouldn't know it here, Keith, if you're just viewing from home, the way that they've been organized and had everything set out, and to be able to get the type of talent they had. This is just the first year for this game, Keith, so it only has one opportunity, and it's going to grow and grow and grow and be bigger and bigger and bigger, just like the McDonald's game is.
And the last thing we have to thank is Ben Davis, the administration, to get allowing at 2 o'clock in the afternoon to close up their gym to do this has been great. So thank you to all for listening. We appreciate it. God bless you and have a great evening.